back to Pure Culture. I'm Eli. Today I've gotten a new motorcycle helmet. This is the Scorpion XO R420 in matte black, size large. And I also have some Sena 10S. This is a 2-pack. So one set will be going on my helmet, and then my girlfriend Hannah already has hers mounted on her helmet. So we'll be unboxing this, showing you how to attach the mounts to this helmet, as well as kind of giving you a first opening review of what the Scorpion helmet's like. Alright, so we're going to be opening up the Sena, see what's inside. So take off this is literally my first opening. Oh, you can't see anything yet. There is all of the good stuff. So we've got the Sena mount itself right here. The Sena itself is right here. This is the actual Bluetooth communicator, and then we have the mounting plate right here where this clips into once it's mounted on the helmet, just like that. It allows you to communicate. Will make riding much more enjoyable, being able to communicate with both your passenger and the other rider. Alright, so if you lift this up, once you have those out there, these also come in a little tray. The adjustable sort of face mic. So if you have a modular helmet or an open face helmet, you can still use the microphone. I personally do not use these just because it's a little bit extra. If you keep going through, we've got the quick start guide, which will give you all of your explanations, as well as one of these packs. So this pack is going to contain the sticky mounts. So if you, on the back of the headphone is actually going to be a little bit of Velcro, and so you're able to stick this and remove it, so you can actually take all of these pieces out without damaging it, without having to buy all new mounting hardware. And then this also comes with a little mountable microphone. So where this one is movable, the one that's in this bag, you're actually just going to mount in the chin, and it's going to stay there. I've had Senas in my helmets before, so I much prefer the hard mounted one that doesn't move, so that's what I'm going to be installing in my helmet today. You may see my dad in the background. He's setting some mouse traps. First things first, what I'm going to want to do is take off the visor. I actually have a new visor. This is a gold chrome, gold reflective one they sell for this helmet. So I'm going to take this off anyways, but it will also give you a little bit better access to the inside of the helmet through the front. So the way to do that is you lift the helmet up, and then if you can see this little tab. So you can see how I can pull the tab here. You should be able to get the body out. So again, it's this one right here. It pulls, which releases the ring that's holding the visor in place. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side. And we have our visor off. The next thing you want to do, take your receipt out, and you're going to want to pull out the internal fabric. These helmets have replaceable cheek pads, so you can actually just pull some tabs in the bottom, and it will start to come out. You're going to want to pull the chin strap through the cheek pad, and that allows you to get all of this out, and that will give you access to the inside of the helmet. So hopefully you can see right now there's actually going to be a pocket where the earpiece is built to go. So they make in the helmets an area. So when I put this all back together, the helmet should feel exactly like it did when I first put it on in the store, except it's gonna have these little ear caps. So you can see how if your helmet was super tight and they didn't make the ear pockets, this would be pushing up against your ear and it would not make for a very comfortable ride. So that's something to look for. I think most new helmets will have it, but you should just check and make sure. If you are going to get a system like this, just make sure your helmet is compatible. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just unscrew these. I'm going to take them out, You usually wouldn't want to unscrew them all the way. You just want to have it so where if you see there's a little bit of play. I'm going to take it off just so I can show for the video a little bit better. So I'm going to unscrew this, and then this whole plate will actually come off. So this plate is going to go on the inside of the helmet along the seam, and then this is going to go on the outside of the helmet like this, and it's going to mount the Sena. And then you screw them back tight. This plate then squeezes really tight, holding the Sena mounted to your helmet. I'm going to mount it on my left side. So if you see the way that this is mounted, it's sort of got a little bit of an arrow. It's going to go with the arrow pointing forward, and that's going to allow you to put the Sena in such as that, with the power button being in the back, and will allow you to do the controls. If you mount it on the opposite side, you can see the Sena is going to be mounted the opposite way. I don't think it would have any practical effects. I just prefer the aesthetic this way, and because I've already used these on past helmets, this is how I got comfortable. You're going to want to put this plate back in and screw it in slightly so that you can still hold it open. That's going to allow you to slide it through the crack, the crease in the helmet, and then you're going to take an Allen key. I'm probably going to put mine right about here. If you look at it, the side profile, that's about where I'm going to put mine. Again, there's plenty of long wires, so these are all tied up now, and these all connect through the helmet, so you shouldn't have any issues with a mounting position not allowing you enough cable length. It's really just kind of where do you want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this piece right here with my one hand, and as you can see, it's creating a little bit of an opening. I think there is some glue in here. Okay, so as I'm opening this, what I realized before, what I thought was glue, is actually just Velcro. So what I'm gonna do is completely take out, this is gonna be the cheek pad, this was the scraping noises that I thought I heard. And you wanna leave it to where there's a little bit sticking out, because remember, we still have to screw in these Allen bolts. If you look, you can see there's two tabs here that actually stick out, and then there's the two holes in which you can actually screw in the threads. So these two squares are going to be where the tabs sit, and then these two round holes beneath it are going to be where the bolts go through. All right, this midway break is brought to you by Sierra Nevada Hazy. Crack one open. Remember to drink responsibly. I think that's what you are supposed to say when you drink on camera. Let's get back into it. Okay, so we have the helmet mounted up. Now we're going to need to install both of the earpieces as well as the microphone. So this is the bag. There's two of them, so one for each of the Sena mounts. So let's go ahead and pull these out. So you can see the 3M tape. That is going to be what's going to actually physically mount. This is going to be the mount that I'm going to put in for the microphone. So this is the difference between this and between this one. So you can see the difference in the space that they're going to require in the helmet. So that's why I'm going with this one. I've never had any audio issues. I can't really notice a difference between someone talking with this versus this. So I'm going with this because it's smaller and I have a big head and it already takes up most of the room in the helmet anyways. I'm going to use this mount, this Velcro mount. It's sort of the oblong one. And I'm going to mount it right about here. If you see like my face, this is where the mouth sort of breathe in and out hole is. You want it just off to the side, and that will hopefully limit the amount of breathing noises that your intercom partner has to deal with while you're on the ride. This is where it's nice because I can bring my hand up underneath and it gives me both hands. So you can see, and mine's mounted a little bit oblong. It's all Velcro, so this gives me the option. I can mount it low, or I can peel it off, and I can mount it higher up. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point it up. So as you see, it's then gonna come into this channel and it can meet with the other red cable. So I'm actually gonna put a spacer on this one, and then you're just gonna put it in the hole, and remember to angle it so that the cable goes out through that little chute. So we want to keep these excess wires tucked in. So I'm actually going to tuck it in the back over here, and that will help keep them out of the way. It will keep everything looking a little bit cleaner. This one I want to route up and in, push it down. You can do this with a credit card or anything else, and that will just keep the cable a little bit more clean. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna work it back in the slot where it should go.
I'm gonna leave the video.
So you can see that I have the earpiece mounted here and the microphone mounted here, and I'm running the cable up in. This piece does pull out as well as the inner liner on the head. So I kind of pulled it all out, got a look, and then I started fitting them back together just to see, because, you know, to see where this piece would fall and where I could tuck things. I'm gonna clasp together this one because I think it should be pretty much there. Snaps here and there. After some much redo and contemplation, I ended up running this wire up under here, so in between the head plate, and then actually some of the excess wires come in and run under here as well. So you have to make sure that there's enough slack so that this can come all the way down, and it fits perfectly fine. See, this cable's routed in, and then this one you can't even tell because it's all flushly mounted back. A little wire here, but that is perfect and ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this other cheek pad in, push it down in the holes, and then you wanna make sure these tabs match up with the tabs on the inside. You do wanna make sure you run your chin strap through before you snap, because it will unsnap all of them if you try. There's 3 of them in my helmet, and based on what I've seen in most other helmets, it's usually 3 mounting points. So it is back to the strength and protection that I originally had when I bought the helmet, except now it's got the beautiful Sena on it, which is ready to mount up, power on, and start communicating. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Eli. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at PureCultureSD, and always remember to embrace the culture.
Now it's on.
All right.
You say all right a lot.
All right. Okay. So.
Blowing up your sleeves? Mm-hmm. Getting game time ready? Mm-hmm. What are you doing over there?
We almost lost the camera. That's why I jumped, and Hannah is laughing behind the camera so much. Hi, babies.
Hi.